Lord Jesus came to this earth willingly, knowingly of how it was all going to transpire and what was going to happen. How many of us willingly and knowingly of everything that was going to happen in our life would be willing to endure? How many of us, if we knew we were going to be in a tower, would be hit by an airplane, would have said, okay, I'll go ahead and be there and I'll go ahead and do it? How many of us would even live through the things we've lived through if we'd have known that's what was going to happen? How many of us would be willing to go and prepare for someone else? Jesus came and he prepared and he made a way that through his sacrifice and through his suffering that we would never have to. He came as the perfect lamb to shed his blood so that the terrible things of this life that are really real, the cost of sin, the death that comes from sin, no one would have to endure if they would just believe on the work of Jesus Christ. Just believe on who he is. And have faith. Have faith as the woman did that said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, if I could just get so close to him, that he would heal me. If I could just do that. Matthew chapter 11. We sing the song Sanctuary. Lord, prepare me. Prepare me to receive what you delivered here, that I might be that closeness with you. It's in Matthew 11 and verse 10. For it is he of whom it is written, behold, I send my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. He's talking about John Baptist. He's talking about a messenger that he sent to begin to tell people about Jesus and begin to tell the world that there's one coming. And that we need to be making that decision about eternity. We need to be thinking consciously about the decisions that we make on a daily basis. We need to be preparing ourselves to be that sanctuary. We need to be preparing ourselves to be that of what God would have us to be. That we could receive all that he has for us. We could receive the blessings that he prepared, the path that he made for us. The path that he set. That we could walk in the truth and walk in that closeness with him, that knowing whatever comes my way, I'm able to endure. When Elijah was out and his servant got up one morning to go and to draw him water, and he seen that they were surrounded. And he comes back to Elijah and says, Elijah, what are we going to do? They've got us surrounded. There's so many of them. And Elijah very calmly said, there's more of us than there is of him. There's more of us than there is of the enemy. And the servant goes, but there's only 10 of us. And Elijah prayed. Elijah knew his strongest ally. Elijah knew what he needed to do next. He prayed that the servant's eyes would be open. And when the servant's eyes were open and he saw the chariots of fire, that the provisions of God again, the hand of God again, the hand of God touching, the hand of God providing, the hand of God being right there. In the midst of all the turmoil, in the midst of all the bad, the hand of God is right there. So he tells us to be prepared, to be ready, to be understanding, and to have your eyes open, that you can see and that we can be aware that no matter what happens, no matter what transpires, the hand of God is right here with us. He's that close. He's that close. And in Luke chapter 12, verses 35 through 37. Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom when the Lord cometh shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make him to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. Are we prepared? Do we stay prepared? Are we being prepared? Are we mindful of the idea that he's going to return? Are we waiting for that trumpet sound with one ear to the sound to the east and one ear to the world? Or do we have both ears focused on the idea that the truth that he's going to be returning? And when the trumpet sound blows, it needs to be a joyous thing, and a thing that we've prepared, where our loins are girded, we're ready. I understand he's coming, and I'm ready. And I'm ready right now, and I'm ready at any given time. No matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always prepared for his return. I'm always prepared. I'm always in the right place. I'm always thinking about he's coming back, and he's going to come, and we're going to sit down together. The one that's hand, his hand heals. His hand heals in the very moment, and instantly his hand heals. The very one is going to come and sit down, and he's going to he's going to eat with us. He's going to sit us down at the table. His hand, and he touches us, and he touches our lives, and he brings us peace, and he brings us comfort. As I was studying and thinking about all the different families that were affected by what happened 15 years ago, and each year as this anniversary comes, we look at it and we think about it and we ponder it. We need to remember that each and every day is just as fragile as that day was. Just because it's 9/11 today doesn't mean if we make it through the day that we're okay tomorrow. The Bible tells us we have no promise of tomorrow. We need to be ready today. We need to be thinking about and constantly being aware of what is transpiring right before our eyes. The things of God. David Jeremiah said this morning, he has placed every person on this earth at a specific time for a specific purpose, and the purpose that we are here today is to get the gospel out to Jesus, about Jesus Christ. To get the gospel out to the world that the 9/11 can happen on any given day. It doesn't have to be on that anniversary. So I remember the first few years after 9/11, they always come out and they say, well, it's 9/11 and we've got a heightened security. And at the end of the day, oh, well, we made it to another one. That's just another day. We need to be ready every day. We get excited, we get apprehensive about 9/11 or that there's something going to happen on that day. We should be apprehensive every day that Jesus could return today. He could return tomorrow. There's not a specific day set in place. The Bible tells us no man knows the day, and you need to be ready. You need to be girded about. You need to be pondering this idea and get it just locked into your mind. He's coming. And I need to be ready. I need to prepare. Prepare me, Lord, to be that sanctuary. Prepare me, Lord, for that day in your turn. Touch me with your hand. Get that close to me, Lord. All these songs that we sing are inspired by what someone was feeling. And these songs are all coming together to tell us that, you know what, he's going to return. And the joy that fills our hearts when he touches us, the joy that we get when we know that he's that close, is a joy that we can walk in eternally. Not just today, but always mindful. He has put me here at this time, for this place, for this purpose, that I can share the gospel, that I can tell somebody, God bless you, or I'm going to church and they can say, pray for me. Yes, we're going to pray for her. I ask you to put her in your prayers. Oscar's getting out tomorrow, pray for him. Everett's in the hospital, pray for him. There's a list you can just meditate and just think for a minute, and the Lord will give you a whole list of people to pray for. Denise, Jose's friend in Sierra Vista, pray for her. We get prayer requests every day. I just think about how many people went to work that day and said a little prayer before they went to work. The people that have miraculous stories, how they came through it. Did they pray that morning? Were they praying when that began to happen? We don't need to wait for a special day to be mindful of these things. We need to always be alert and always be ready. God, he's going to return. He's coming back, and he's coming back to take those that accepted him and believed in him and take us out of this wrath, because Jesus died that we wouldn't have to go through that. He shed his blood on Calvary. He came as a perfect lamb. And he shed his blood that we would all have that peace. The blood that he shed on Calvary, the precious blood of the precious Lamb, is the only blood that can save us from all our sins, the only blood that can do us any benefit at all. Is the blood that he shed. The precious blood of Jesus Christ. Precious, we think of the precious. And we don't realize how precious that blood was sometimes. So many years, so many lambs were offered up, and all the blood that was spilled never filled the bitter cup. It was spotless lamb for one man. He was life on Calvary. His blood is the only blood that can ever set me free. For his blood was not just blood, so another spotless lamb. But his blood was precious blood, for it washed the sins of man. And his blood heals my body and sets my spirit free. And I'm so glad his precious blood still flows from Calvary. No other blood could heal my broken body. And no other blood could save my sin-sick soul. And no other blood could conquer death and win a victory. No other blood but the blood Jesus shed for me. For his blood was not just blood of another spotless lamb. His blood was precious blood, for it washed the sins of man. And his blood heals my body and sets my spirit free. And I'm so glad his precious blood still flows from Calvary. For his blood was not just blood of another spotless lamb, but his blood was precious blood, for it washed the sins of man. And his blood heals my body and sets my spirit free. And I'm so glad his precious blood still flows from Calvary. The scripture tells us to be reminded and to always be remembering the Son of God. Everything that we have is something that comes from him. My grandfather always told me that nothing that you have here belongs to you, it all belongs to him. And you should take care of it that way.